Happy New Year's Day 2019, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Daily Walk edition. This is episode number 43. Once again, Happy New Year's Day 2019 to each and every one of you. Hopefully, you all had a great time last night spending it with your friends and family. Hopefully, you didn't drink too much. Hopefully, you didn't get into any trouble. Hopefully, you were safe and sane. I know I was. Had a pretty good time, and I won't get too far into it, but I did not drink anything. I decided to not have even. I decided to not even have one drink, which is what I'm trying to say this year, just because, I wanted to prove that I don't, you know, feel the need to have a drink just because a certain day calls for it. Typically, people will have champagne or other alcohol on New Year's Eve and get really wasted and drunk. And then what happens? You pass out and you go to sleep, and then you sleep the next morning, and then you wake up with a huge hangover, and it just ruins, you know, the first day of the new year. It just ruins it. And, I'll tell you, I've had my moments of drinking more so in my younger days. And then you wake up with that hangover, that dry mouth the next day, and it just kills your entire, next day and maybe even the following day. It just takes a while to get back on track. It just isn't worth it, And I just want to start off by saying that, look, if you are somebody out there that feels the need to drink all the time to feel better about yourself or to, rid your emotional problems, that's definitely not good. If you have to depend on alcohol to make yourself feel better, pretty much you're an alcoholic, and it's just not good. It's just not healthy. If you drink, some alcohol every now and then with moderation, that's no problem. And if you even have a little bit more than usual every now and then, that's not a problem. But when you are the type of person that drinks all the time, to suppress some emotional issues you may be going through, I feel for you. And those are the types of people that I really want to help. I really want to help you folks, feel better about yourselves naturally so you don't have to be dependent on drinking or drugs or smoking or any other type of substance that will temporarily rid you of that emotional pain that you don't want to feel. I want to help you more so talk about your emotional issues. And that way, you can cure that the normal and natural way. Because when you're using any substance such as alcohol, drugs, or smoking or anything like that to cure that emotional pain, you're just putting a mask on it. You're just masking it. And in all honesty, it's just going to get worse and worse over the course of time. So again, hopefully you all had a great New Year's Eve and that you started off your New Year's Day 2019 on the right foot. I'm back here at Red Morton Park, and it is a gorgeous day. It's about 55 degrees, but it is not as windy as it was yesterday. So like the wind chill factor is not where it was. I'm just looking around here. There are some people around me. I don't want to interrupt their New Year's Day walk, so I may just end up turning around. Actually, I'm going to keep moving forward because those people stopped over there. But anyway, I have another great topic here to discuss today. So why don't we get right to it, and we'll definitely go from there. Hang on just one second here. There are some more people coming. Let me just move up over here. All right. Oh, I do feel a little wind blowing, but it's definitely not as bad as it's been the last day or so. Okay, so let's just get to the topic here and get down to business. The topic today is Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Daily Walk Edition, episode number 43 is, first of all, Happy New Year. Coach Eli updates, including possible future live streams coming soon to YouTube. Yes, you heard it. And we're going to wrap it up with the actual topic, which is going to be validation-seeking behavior. One more time, the topic is Happy New Year 2019, everyone. Okay. Followed by Coach Eli updates, including possible future live streams coming soon to YouTube from Coach Eli. Yes, you heard that right. And we'll wrap it up with the actual main topic, which is validation-seeking behavior. That just sounds bad. It sounds really bad to just even say it. Anyway, so let's talk about a few updates. Yesterday, I did a response video to someone that many people have labeled my arch nemesis. I did a response video to a video JB Gunner, who used to be known as MGTOW Mindframe, while I was running my former YouTube channel last year. And then he rebranded his channel to Red Pill Mindframe because he got a lot of shit from the MGTOW community saying that he's not MGTOW, and he really isn't MGTOW. And he acknowledged that by changing his channel to Red Pill Mindframe, and that way he can still discuss Red Pill topics and MGTOW topics, but not use the MGTOW tag, also known as the MGTOW moniker, in the title of his YouTube channel. Okay? He did a, 2019 preview video, and hang on just one second. And he discussed many things that happened over the course of 2018 in the way that he saw them happening. And I kind of wanted to just respond to it and say what really happened. I'm not saying that, everything that JB mentioned wasn't true, but he put his own spin on it, on how he saw it or wanted to see it, and I just wanted to share the truth with everyone. So, another thing, the main reason why I did that response video was because JB was starting to acknowledge the fact that his health took a turn for the worse in 2018. And he also realized that, he needed to lose weight, stop drinking as much, and completely quit smoking. And that's pretty much the main reason why I responded to the video, because if you saw my video yesterday, I mentioned that a couple days ago, a longtime friend of mine and my brother's, passed away at the age of 51. And this person was basically, doing similar things as JB has been doing that affected his health to the point of where he collapsed at work a couple days ago and died. Still not quite sure what he died of, but I assume it was a stroke, heart failure, heart attack, something to do with that. So that was the main reason why I responded to JB, is that I wanted to say, hey, look, man, regardless of what's happened in the past and regardless of what you've done, and you've done some pretty crazy shit that many people despise you for, okay? I don't wish any harm upon you, and I don't want to see you die. And the way that you've been living your life, okay, unless you make the changes that you make and you start doing them immediately, okay? You're 38 years old. you might pass away before you're 40. At least my friend lived to 51, which is still very young. But I would hate to see someone pass away before they even hit their 40s for not taking care of themselves, for being overweight, obese, for eating like shit, for drinking like a fish, okay? Smoking, you name it. And that's the main reason why I did that video. Now, because of the fact that, JB did a couple of videos on me when I returned to the YouTube scene about a month ago. And I've been kind of avoiding him. He's been avoiding me. And we've just kind of moved on doing our own thing. I just kind of wanted to respond to what he was saying to make everyone aware of the real truth of what happened last year. To more so take ownership for, what I did. And to also share with people, other things I learned, about, JB, which further kind of make me feel like, wow, I really wasted my time and I really fucked myself hard by initially thinking that everything this guy did was 100% real. I learned that JB Gunner is more so an entertainer. And when it comes to ratings and when it comes to growing a channel and making money to survive, he'll do whatever it takes to entertain the people at anyone's expense. And whether anyone believes what I'm about to say or not, I was labeled the cuck. I was labeled the cuck of the year in 2017, and I was also labeled the cuck of the year in 2018. I honestly believe that there's no truth to that. It's just put out there for entertainment purposes, so that way, JB can continue to get his ratings and his audience and, try to, monetize, his stuff at my expense, okay, or anyone else's expense that he may be, doing something similar to. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot from 2018, from what I did in 2018 and what I fed into in 2018. And the person I fed into the most was JB, and I wanted to address that. I wanted to, respond to his entire 20-minute video that he did, pretty much almost line by line. So my response video is about an hour and 33 minutes. And like I said, his was 20 minutes. And again, I just wanted to share what I learned based on my experiences compared to what he said, and to share the absolute truth and then to move forward from it. So, in addition to the main reason of, responding to JB, because what really touched me the most about this video is the fact that he's acknowledging the fact that he's very unhealthy. And I just wanted to, throw my kind sentiments towards that. I also wanted to take the opportunity and really share with everyone what really happened compared to what he actually said in his video. And most people out there know the truth. And the people that, say they don't know the truth or are criticizing me, saying that I'm not being truthful, those are just people that are just as miserable as, JB has been. And, what I've learned is that misery attracts company. Okay? When people are feeling miserable about themselves, they don't want to be around positive people like myself that are in a good place. Okay? And just because I've been through some things, I went through a breakup, I had an emotional meltdown even on my former YouTube channel in regards to my last relationship, doesn't mean that I'm not in a good place now. People go through stuff. I let my emotions out. Maybe I did it publicly and that was the wrong thing to do. But it really helped me let it out, and it helped me feel better. It allowed me to recover from it and become stronger from it. And now I can say, I'm in a very good place mentally, emotionally, and physically. Even though I gained 30 pounds in my last relationship, I lost the weight, and I'm looking good, and I feel good. And I feel because, I was able to recover from all of that so quickly and come back stronger, bigger, and better than ever. Some people just don't like that because they wish they could, turn their lives around just like I did. I'm not saying my life was shitty before that. My life was still decent, but I was going down a wrong path with what I did the last year out here on YouTube, and maybe the last couple of years between my last few relationships. I had some experiences that were kind of sending me down the wrong path. But I learned from all that, and I was able to recover and come back out here and share my message with all of you so you folks can learn from what I've been through. So I'm in a good place. I'm looking good. Like I've shown you folks the past few days, I'm in great shape. You can see me right there. Okay. Got my shades on. Um, you know, I've moved on in life. I've been mentioning that, I've got like I wouldn't say she's somebody, I'm not dating her. I've been, spending time with this one woman as a platonic activity partner. And who knows, that may mature to something great. She knows my entire situation. And who knows, we're just taking it slow and seeing where things go. But look, I'm not sitting here sulking in the misery of my last relationship or what happened out here on YouTube with JB Gunner or any of these other guys that I participated with last year. There's a car coming. I'm going to wait here a second. I'm admitting that I made a lot of mistakes. And you know what? Whether you believe it or not, a lot of people think that the main reason I shut down my former YouTube channel was to try to prove to my ex, she has control over me, and it was a ploy to try to get her back. That was not the reason. The reason was I wanted a clean break from everything. And I didn't even know I was going to come back at the time I did it. But now, I'm able to come back, start fresh with a brand new channel. And I'm able to take what I experienced that I learned from my former channel and my former experiences with the people out on YouTube and make it better. Like I've been mentioning in many videos recently, I know more so what to focus on now and more so what not to focus on. And I only participate in things that I want to participate in. I only respond to videos or do videos that I feel like doing. I don't do them because, I feel the need to do it. I do it because I want to do it. I've also learned to ignore certain people and ban certain people and not worry about what other people are going to say. Okay? I've also connected with a group of people where some of them used to be trolls of mine that even helped JB Gunner, find out about me and start doing what he did to me last year. But even those people came back and said, hey, you know what? I was a part of that. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean it to get to that point. I've realized now that you're actually a decent person and, JB is, not who we thought he was. And I've made friends with these people. And now we're good friends and we get along. And I've forgiven them, they've forgiven me, and it's just been amazing. And that's all I'm really kind of trying to do the second time around here is I'm trying to make amends with as many of these people as possible that I participated with in the past. But even if I can't make amends with some people, I want to put it out there that I have no resentment and I actually wish no harm upon them, including JB, who has a lot of health issues. I hope that, he starts taking care of himself to the point of where, something fatal doesn't happen to him. And so, that's why I did that response video to JB. It wasn't to disrespect him. It wasn't to, criticize him. It wasn't to try to poke the bear and start this rivalry all over again. It was just to kind of like close the book on things and make people aware that knew the situation, what really happened, and what I actually learned from it, and how much of a better person I've become because of it. I've I've taken, you know, everything that's happened, and I've turned those negatives into a positive. And that's why I can come out here and say, hey, look, even to you, JB, I don't wish any harm upon you. I don't agree with most of what you've done or said. Okay? But even with that being said, I don't want to see you fall flat on your face due to heart failure or cardiac arrest or a heart attack because you're not taking care of yourself. When in reality, you have unresolved issues that stem to your childhood that you're masking through your drinking, through your smoking, through attacking other people on YouTube. I really don't think, JB, that that's the person you want to be. But that's the person that, you've become because it's masking away the pain that you are feeling for not having the life that you really want to have. And I say that with all due respect in that aspect only. The rest of what you've done, I don't respect. But I'm just saying that, there are two sides to everyone. There's a good and a bad side, and some people choose to show their bad side more than their good side because they can't come to terms and accept that they have issues that they need to work through, and they need help to get through those issues. And I am one that's willing to help people like that if they're open to my help, but in most cases they're not. Okay? And, I received some comments on the video. It's funny. Like, I have 150 views already on the video, and JB has like 90. I've got more views on my response video to JB than his actual video. Okay? I'm not trying to take away views or anything away from you, JB, but it's obvious that people care more about what I think that you said than what you said in general. The numbers speak for themselves. So, I'm just saying, man. I hope a lot of what you mentioned in your video is true. Hopefully you make those changes and, come back out at the beginning of 2019 being a bigger and better man, including on how you treat me. Your response to me, JB, whether you do one or not, I'm going to be looking at your response. And I'm going to see if you've taken anything of this to heart, or if you're being congruent to your own words where you're not going to go out there and attack people and this and that, and you're going to focus more on your health. I'm looking to see, JB, how congruent you're going to be. And if the epiphany has hit you, who knows what happens down the road. I'm all about forgiveness. At this point, there's nothing to forgive. But if there's a reason to forgive and forget, and you give me that reason, I'm the kind of person that has a forgiving nature. So let's leave it at that for right now. A lot of people coming from everywhere at the park. They're walking their dogs and all this and that. All right, let's talk about Coach Eli possibly starting live streams once again on YouTube. Because now I have a support network primarily through the Mad Shangy Discord, which has a bunch of great people in there that are just really amazing people. And Happy New Year to each and every one of you in the Mad Shangy Discord. Happy New Year once again to everyone in general. I love you all. Okay? Because I have a lot of support now, and a lot of these people are getting to know me better for who I really am, and I'm getting to know them better for who they really are. And a lot of these people are willing to help moderate my channel. Okay, should I start live streaming, I am considering coming back and doing some live streams. It's not going to be as much as I did in the past. Kind of like what you mentioned in your video, JB. I'm not going to be streaming, 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days a week like I did at one point. I may do 1 or 2 live streams a week. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do a show with Charles F. Gray. Charles F. Gray reached out to me. He reached out to me actually late last night, I think early this morning, and responded and said that I did a great job on the JB Gunner response video. He wished me a Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you as well, Charles, to you and your family. Um, and I got back to him saying that I'm working on some things and I'll get back to you, Charles, and let you know what I come up with. But I'm still trying to figure out a way where Charles F. Gray and I can do a show together. Um, and if we end up doing a show together, it will probably be broadcasted live on YouTube. Um, and I'm going to have a new army of moderators that are going to help protect the channel and its integrity. Because obviously, if Coach Eli goes live, the door is open for the trolls to come in. But interestingly enough, since I opened up my comments, I have received a few trolling comments, but it's not as bad as it used to be. And the interesting thing is now the people that I've, befriended through the Mad Shangy Discord, have come out there and really, helped me fight off these trolls. It's just really nice to have that support. Okay, maybe I'm mentioning too much here, but I just can't help but mention how appreciative I am to have that. Okay, and because of all of that, that's why I'm considering coming back and doing live streaming, because I think many people will get benefit from it, especially the people that I'm now connected with that actually more so support me than troll me through the Discord I'm a part of. So I'm trying to figure out what Charles F. Gray and I are going to do. Obviously, look, here's the thing. It's not just about the money on YouTube. We want to do it because, we really care about helping people, putting the message out there. But, we are looking at ways to monetize it. I'm going to come out and be really honest with you folks. Time is money. If we're going to take the time to produce a high quality show, like I produce high quality shows with great content, great guests, and it takes time to do that. It takes time away from other methods that we could be making money. So, I'm looking for a way to monetize that. Who knows? Maybe we broadcast it live on YouTube, and then, we put the replays on a pay-per-view basis only. And that way it either forces you folks to be there live, or if you miss the live show, then, you'll have to pay to watch the replay. I'm just being honest with you folks. Being honest with you about it. And being very transparent about it. Yes, when you put in a whole lot of effort into making high quality videos like Charles F. Gray and I both do and have done for a while, it takes time away from other methods we could be doing to make money. So we have to make money doing it, okay? But we want to do it the right way, and we want to be transparent with you folks about it, and we want to bring you so much value to where it would be worth it for you to donate or support the show or support my channel or his channel. Charles has now completely demonetized his channel. He has canceled his AdSense account, okay? He's removed himself from the YouTube partner program. So he's no longer making any money doing his videos. Okay? And that was a part of his income. He was doing it for 10 years. Okay? So, again, I'm working on some things behind the scenes. If you folks have any ideas of any live shows that you feel would be great for me to do, or someone I could partner up with, definitely Charles F. Gray is one of my best options. I really love working with Charles. We have great banter on the air. Let me know. Or if you want to do a show with me, maybe an occasional show. I know there's a gentleman out there named Manny Rivera who runs the Akurayu channel. He wants to do some podcasting with me. I'll be reaching out to you, Manny, soon. But I want to know what you folks really want. What kind of live content do you want? Okay? Granted, I know you folks want to be entertained, and we are going to entertain you. Because Charles F. Gray, if we do a show, we are entertaining people. But we also want you folks to understand that we throw down a lot of truth bombs, and we believe in our message. So if you can understand that, we would be entertaining you while educating you at the same time, okay, then that's totally cool. If you're somebody that's just looking for pure entertainment and you're not going to respect our actual purpose and message, then you're the type of person that uh, you know uh, probably wouldn't be good to participate on our show. But then again, even in the past when I was doing shows and throwing down truth bombs, people would watch my show just because of the entertainment factor, because they would see me get in a rage and lose my shit and just kind of, challenge all these people that would antagonize me through the MGTOW community that would come on my shows. I no longer feed into that. I no longer react to all that. I learned how to handle my shit better with people like that online. I never had the experience before, which is why I lost my shit many times on the air. But I learned from that, and now I'm coming back, and I'm looking at things, um, through a clearer lens. And regardless of what happens, I know how to handle it better, more professionally, more maturely. But at the same time, we're not going to make our shows boring. We're going to make them fun, entertaining, but teach you some things. Share a bunch of golden nuggets based on our experiences. If I do a show with Charles, a lot of the things he talks about are based on his experiences of relationships, and finances and other stuff like that. And same thing with me. I have a lot of experience in being an entrepreneur, working in the corporate world, and dating. Never been married, but I've had a lot of experience in dating. And I know a lot of people that have been married and gone through divorce. And I ask a lot of questions. And whenever I have friends that go through shit, I talk with them for hours about what happened. Not only because I want to be there to support them and be there for them, but I want to learn from what they've been through. And that way it can help, me better myself, whenever I go into a relationship. And it can help me teach others the same thing on how to better themselves and give them the best possible shot of accomplishing whatever it is that their heart desires. So, anyway, that's pretty much what's going on there. I don't know. I may end up doing a test live stream by myself sometime this week. Not quite sure. I guess the more feedback I get through the comments, and if I get some suggestions on what people want to see, I'd be happy to do that. I can very quickly and easily get up a live stream. I have a very fast laptop with an i7 processor, quad core, 16 gigs of RAM. I've got a 2 terabyte solid state drive, and I have AT&T fiber internet now, gigabit, with 1,000 up and 1,000 down. I can stream at the highest quality. That's why I've been getting videos out very quick lately. I've got a fast computer. I've got great cameras, great microphones, and I've got fast internet, the fastest internet you can get. So I'm ready to rock and roll. You folks just tell me what you want. Tell me what you want to see, and we'll make it happen. But more than likely, sometime this week, I'll probably do a test live stream. If not, it'll happen by next week. And in the meantime, I'll be talking with Charles F. Gray and Manny Rivera, who runs another YouTube channel called the Aquarayu channel, and seeing what comes out of that. But there's a lot more content to come here, not only on Coach Eli's YouTube channel, but Coach Eli's network. My whole network is, for right now, it's YouTube. I also upload all my videos on Facebook. All the live stream replays will go on Facebook as well. And they'll also go on my website at coach.eliasmelas.com. Okay? So that is that. How long have we gone for so far? We have gone for 34 minutes. All right. So let's get to the final part of this video here. And that's going to be... Boy, did I forget the fucking topic. Oh, yeah. Approval-seeking behavior. Okay? Let's talk about approval-seeking behavior. And I'm going to share a few examples. Some of these examples are going to be in regards to some of the people that are out here on YouTube, some of the people that used to troll me and still troll me. These are referred to the purple pill guys that we've been discussing a lot here through my videos. So let's start off with them, and then I'll give you all an example that involves a man and a woman in a relationship, and what not to do, especially if you're a man. Because let me just tell you something. Let's be realistic here. Like I've mentioned in many videos before, okay, women are naturally more emotional than men. Women respond to things emotionally first, and then they reason with logic. Men will think about things logically first and then respond after they, make sense of it, right? Women are going to respond to everything initially based on how they're feeling in the present moment, okay? That's just how the higher power made women to be. It's them being normal. Now, masculine energy is more about being certain, decisive, okay? And taking chances, taking risks, overcoming barriers and obstacles and shit like that. No fear, okay? That's masculine energy. Okay? What is feminine energy? Uncertainty, fear, okay? A lot of women naturally behave in ways where they seek approval because that is part of their natural essence, and that is completely normal for them. And that's why, if you're with a woman and every so often she asks you for reassurance, hey, babe, where do we stand? Or, how do you feel about me and this and that? When a woman asks you that, that's completely normal. Now, if she asks you that every fucking 2 minutes, it gets annoying. But if she asks you that every couple months or every couple weeks or every so often on occasion, that's perfectly normal. For a man, that is not normal, because a man is already supposed to know what he wants. Okay? And if a man is investing time in anything, it automatically means that that's what he wants and he knows what he wants. Okay? And, if he's spending time with a woman and he feels certain about her and he feels good about what they have, but she's not, responding to him, in positive ways, a man doesn't have to seek validation. A man should just walk away and say, hey, look, you know what? I'm just not feeling that you're feeling the same way about me. I'm feeling something is off here. So if you want to talk about it, we can. If you're not open to talking about it, I'm just going to let you go, and I'm going to go do my thing and wish you the best. And when you take that stance, it's amazing what happens. It basically shows the woman that you're strong and you can live without her, and you don't need her validation. And it actually attracts her more to you because she's feeling your strength. She's feeling your emotional strength. And let me tell you, like I mentioned before, give me 1 second here, someone's passing by. Like I mentioned before, okay, one of the most attractive qualities to a woman when it comes to seeking a man is his emotional strength. So let's talk about these purple pill guys and the way that I'm just using this for example purposes because I use real life examples. I'm not trying to pick on these guys or try to poke the bear. I talk about things that I experience in real life, and part of what I'm experiencing in real life is dealing with these guys and having dealt with these guys in the past that are known as the purple pill guys, and they run their YouTube channels, and they all congregate together on these live streams, and they talk a bunch of smack about myself and other people. And then if you go into their chat, which I don't go, I don't participate. I sometimes will tune into their streams occasionally just to hear what they're saying and maybe look to see what's happening in the chat. When other people are chatting in there and contesting their beliefs and why they're behaving in that way, these guys ban these people. See, a lot of these purple pill guys out there, okay, they're behaving this way because they're not happy with themselves, first and foremost. And they come out here on YouTube because they're seeking validation that they're worth something, because their personal lives, I can only assume, are so shitty. They're not being validated in their personal lives. So what happens? They come out on YouTube and they seek validation. They're not coming out and saying it, but their behavior shows it. Okay? Because any man, this is a group of men, any man, okay, that's going to behave in the ways that they do and not just respect any other man's or woman's opinion and not overreact to it like they do, okay, would just be able to let things go. They'd be able to say, I've got a car coming behind me. Let me let it pass. Okay, so let's start that over again. Men that are confident and sure of themselves are going to be able to handle any conversation with any other man or woman, regardless of what they say. And even if a man disagrees with whatever any other woman or man is saying, they'll be able to say, hey, you know what? I disagree with what you're saying. I respect your opinion. Okay? But let's just agree to disagree. You're more than welcome to participate here and share your feedback, but I disagree with you on that. See, if they handle it that way, then that's the mature way to handle it. Okay? But what do? They don't handle it that way. They go off, they start criticizing the other man, they try to kick the other man or woman down because they're seeking validation to make themselves feel better by trying to kick you down and making you look bad and making you feel like you are beneath them. Okay, that's validation seeking behavior. That's what these guys do. And that's why, I've withdrawn myself from them. I'll watch their stuff every now and then. Okay, just for shits and giggles. And I now laugh at it because I understand what these guys are doing more so. When I first came on the YouTube scene last year and I was working with these guys, I thought they were professional guys. I connected with guys that were running purple pill channels because I identify with the purple pill. I'm not going to explain what the pills are here. Go back and watch a few of my past videos and you'll learn what they are. Or just look up MGTOW pills online. You'll find out what it is. But I identify myself with the purple pill, and I was looking to connect with guys that, are running purple pill channels. And when I found them, okay, I figured that they would be professional and handle things maturely. Okay? But what I learned is that that's not how they are. That's not how they were. And for the last year, I was feeding into it on my old channel, just trying to understand why these guys are behaving this way. Okay? And now that I've come back with my new channel, with a fresh mind, a fresh start, and taking what I learned in the past, I'm realizing that, these guys have their own issues that they're not willing to address. They're suppressing their own issues, and they come out on YouTube seeking validation to make themselves feel better about their miserable fucking lives. And I don't wish harm upon them or anyone else. To all you guys out there, you know who I'm talking about. Like I'm like I said, I'm using this for example purposes. And like I used to say all the time on my former channel, I'm not trying to kick you guys down. But seriously, do you not realize that the way you guys behave, and you might come out and say, oh, well, we do it for entertainment because it triggers you and then it gets ratings. Yeah, that may be part of it. I get that. That's why I've withdrawn myself to give you guys that option. Okay? But another thing is, you guys do it because you have your own emotional issues deep within that you don't want to talk about, but you still feel shitty over those emotions you're holding in, and this is your outlet to kind of vent out your feelings in other ways towards other people, which in turn validates the fact that, okay, it validates the fact that you're normal. Okay? I'm not saying you're not normal, but all I'm saying is that what it does for the actual problem, all it does is it puts a temporary band-aid on it, kind of like what drinking does, smoking does, you know, and doing anything else to suppress your emotions. You're suppressing your emotions. You're holding them within rather than talking about them and naturally, getting better over the course of time by talking about your issues rather than suppressing them temporarily with your behavior and other things you guys do. Okay? And that's one example right there of validation seeking behavior. It's a big turnoff. It's a total big turnoff. And I've seen a lot of these guys in their response videos and their behavior through the online forums, and even if they're just having fun for entertainment, sometimes they get really emotional and out of whack. You even when you hear them on streams, some of the things they say, their tone of voice. I mean, oh my God, you're seeing these guys getting extremely emotional and butthurt, which is not masculine energy at all. And they're putting their shit out there. They're talking shit about all these other people rather than sitting there and looking deep within themselves and trying to make themselves a better person and approach things differently by not attacking others. By saying, hey, look, I may not agree with what you're saying, Coach Eli, but you know what? I don't think you're a bad dude. Okay? We're going to probably agree to disagree on most things, but I'm not going to sit there and kick you down because you have an opinion. Okay? That's the mature way to handle it. They don't handle these things maturely. Okay? Now, one final part here before I wrap up this video as I head back to my car. Let's see, how far are we gone? Let me get out of the street here. 47 minutes. It's going to be like an hour-long video. Some people don't like the fact that I do hour-long videos. People in my Discord were saying, hey, us millennials have a short attention span, so try to shorten your videos. Well, I'll do the best I can. I'm just going to be me, and if you guys want to follow me, you can. If not, if you only want to watch 5%, 10% of my video or skim through it, it's totally up to you what you want to do. I'm just going to keep doing me. Let's talk about validation-seeking behavior in a relationship between a man and a woman, okay? Let me give you an example. If you're in a relationship with a woman, and it's a Saturday, and let's say, whether you live together or not, let's say you spend the night together, you wake up in the morning and you say, as a man, you say, hey, babe, what do you want to do? She'll say, I don't know, what do you want to do? And then as a man, you go back and you say, I don't know, babe, what would you prefer to do? I don't know, babe, what would you prefer to do? Okay, if you're that type of a guy right there, okay, you're kind of exuding more beta qualities because you're not being a leader, you're not being certain, you're not being decisive. You're kind of exuding more feminine energy than masculine energy. Okay? And if you don't have a plan in your head to offer to your woman, more than likely what's going to happen is you're just going to keep going back and forth. She's going to be like, oh, well, I don't know. What do you want to do? 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 Fuck that. Okay? So you don't want to, go to your lady and say, hey, babe, what do you think we should do today? I mean, in some cases you can. I'll get to that in a second. Okay? But as a man, being the leader, he can say, hey, babe, what would you think about taking a nice hike today? It's a beautiful day outside. Let's go do an 8-mile hike in the beautiful nature. We'll go to the supermarket. We'll get some snacks and some drinks. And then after that, with all the calories we burn, we can go to a nice, steakhouse dinner. What would you say to that, babe? Now, it's okay to say, what would you say to that? But you're being decisive. And she'll say, well, that sounds good, babe. Let's go do it. Now, most women that care about you and enjoy something similar as you enjoy doing will say, hey, yeah, that sounds great. Let's go do it. Okay? But there are times where, she might say, "Well, babe, is that what you is that what you really really want to do? Is that something you really want to do today? I don't know if I'm quite certain if I really want to do an 8 mile hike." Okay? You don't want to come back and say, "Well, baby, if that's not okay with you, then, we won't do it. Then let me figure something else out." No, say, "Hey, babe, well, I'll tell you what. If you don't want to do an 8 mile hike, why don't we do a 4 mile hike? Won't be as strenuous. I know you've had a long week at work. Let's just do a 4 mile hike, and then we can go to a decent dinner as well. What would you say about that?" "Oh, that sounds a lot better, babe." Now, if you fed into it the other way and you said, "Hey, look, babe, um, why don't you want to, babe? Why don't you want to do an 8 mile hike? Why, you know, um, do you not, like my plans, babe? Do you not like my idea, this and that?" If you do that as a man, what you're doing is you're seeking validation. And as a man, you don't want to come off like you're seeking validation because you're supposed to already know what you want. You're supposed to be certain and go after it. Okay? And a woman, in many cases, okay, is going to throw those things at you. Okay? And it's kind of like a test. She's kind of testing to see, you know, how congruent you are going to be with what you initially offered and, how strong of a man you are. Is she going to be able to easily sway you? Remember, women are looking at you as the rock, as the pillar of strength, as the dominant one. Even though there's radical feminism nowadays, trust me, even in those relationships where women think they want to wear the pants, they don't want to wear the pants. So you want to be certain, okay? Okay. Now, in other cases, there are times where, you know, women are going to ask you, like I mentioned earlier in this video, "Well, what do you think about me? Where do you think our relationship is headed? Okay? Where do you want to see this go?" Women will ask you that. That's validation seeking behavior, which is completely normal for a woman to do, especially if you've been with her 3, 4 months, and you haven't, said your "I love yous" yet, or you haven't fully committed to the relationship, you're still in the honeymoon period. A woman may ask you. At that point. So where do we stand? Where do you see this going? That's her job to do. You as a man, do not do that. If you're with a woman for 3 months or 2 months and she has not brought up to talk about being serious or taking their relationship to the next level, do not, as a man, come out and say, "Hey, babe, babe, we've been seeing each other for 2 months and I really like what we have. And, I was wondering if you wanted to make it official and commit to me because I'm a good man and I can take care of you and I can provide for you." If you do all that shit, you're done. It's going to turn her off. That's her job. Your job as a man is very, very simple. And it's been said best before by another coach I've followed many times. His name is Coach Corey Wayne. He says, hang out, have fun, and hook up. Just hang out with her whenever you both have free time. Have fun, show her a great time, and hook up, have some great sex, and pound her like you've never pounded any other woman before in a sexual way. Turn her on in the bedroom. Turn her on mentally with your conversations. You turn her on emotionally with your emotional strength and being a cool, down-to-earth, confident man. You don't have to be an arrogant, pompous ass. Don't be an arrogant, pompous ass, but don't be a big fucking pussy either. Be like I've mentioned in many videos in the past. Be in the middle. Be cocky, funny. Be playful with her. And if you notice something about her, call her out on her shit and laugh at her. Like, one of the best things that you can do when you're with a woman that you really like and you know that likes you, and you can sense some insecurities in her, because all women have insecurities. It's normal. It's part of their approval-seeking behavior. Is call her out on her shit and laugh at it. Oh, come on, babe. Come on, babe. Blah, 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 whatever, right? I can't think of something specific right now. But when you call a woman out on something, and you're straightforward and confident, and you do it in a cocky, funny, playful way, not an arrogant way or a big fucking pussy way, when you do that, she's going to be like, wow, this man has some balls. And that's turning me on, right? But before I wrap up this video here, what you never ever want to do, when it comes to dating a woman, if you're a man that's dating a woman, you never ever want to seek her approval. Now, granted, down the road, it's okay at times, if you make plans at the last minute, hey babe, what are your thoughts about this? I know we've gotta be up tomorrow morning to leave for our vacation, but what are your thoughts about having a quick dinner tonight? Nothing wrong with that. Okay? Nothing wrong with that at all in that situation. Okay? But don't let it drag on. She may say, oh, babe, you know what? I don't feel like going out and doing anything tonight. Do you want to just, go pick something up for us? Or should we just go together and pick something up, take it to go? And then you'll be like, sounds good. If you think it sounds good, sounds good. If not, you can say, hey, babe, I really felt like getting out tonight and going to that nice restaurant. I've got this coupon that's about to expire. But you know what? If you're not really in the mood for that, that's totally fine. You know what? We'll just go there another time. Fuck the coupon. Let's just go get some takeout, right? As long as you're confident about it and you're not seeking her validation, you're communicating. There's nothing wrong with communicating with a woman. There's nothing wrong with trying to work something out. But when you directly seek her approval for something, and she can sense the fact that you're weak, needy, desperate, insecure, that's going to be your demise right there. She'll start losing, faith in your masculine core, and it's going to turn her off to the point of where, she's going to lose respect for you, and eventually she's going to leave you because you're not man enough for her. She's being more of a man than you are. And that's where I'm going to end this video here today. So hopefully you all learned something from this. Once again, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm going to go and take about 3 or 4 more laps around the park and make it about a 7 or 8 mile walk. And I'm going to have dinner with my family tonight to, finalize bringing in the new year. And then it's back to business as normal tomorrow. All right, how long has this video been? 58 minutes? Shit, long video. All right, folks, again, tonight there are probably going to be some DUI checkpoints and some drunk drivers on the road. Don't drive too far if you don't have to. Be safe. Be responsible. Okay, and if you're going to drink, once again, drink responsibly. Be good to each other. Let's bring in this, 2019 New Year on the best note and the best foot possible. Okay? Have a great one. I'll see you all next time. See you soon. Bye-bye.